This is Abby Johnson with Web Pro News, and we're in Seattle, Washington, covering SMX Advanced. Joining me right now is Brent Csutoras, and we're going to talk about StumbleUpon specifically. So catch us up. What's up with StumbleUpon?
So a lot of us in the industry have been really excited about StumbleUpon lately. I mean, it's always been around. It's been around for a couple of years, but you know, last year and even into the early part of this year, a lot of what you would get from StumbleUpon was like 3,000 to 5,000 visitors, and it was interesting, but it was kind of just a little bit of traffic, right? It wasn't enough to really drive a lot of time spent within the site. On top of that, a lot of the users, because of the way the system's set up, where you just kind of come along and you end up stumbling the button, and you see whatever page they happen to serve you based on their algorithm. It wasn't like you saw a URL that had a title that you were interested in and then you clicked it and then you read the article. So you were getting random content. So it wasn't very good for turning around and ending up resulting in links or resulting in some kind of a targeted traffic. But over the last year, StumbleUpon has done some really cool changes with, first off, becoming much more web-based, right? So they ended up launching a web-based toolbar, and then they actually put a navigational section where they have their popular content. On top of that, they put related content in the bottom of the review pages. They put out StumbleUpon buttons for webmasters to start adding to their site. So they've done a big drive to catch up to what the other social sites are doing, to participate more and to interact with their users more. And they've gone from 5 million users last year to almost 8 million users now, and a much better social user base, a much more prone to share the content user base. And so because of those changes and whatnot, it's starting to send anywhere from like 30 to 200,000 unique visitors over a week time period. And those users are starting to spread content more through Facebook integration or through Twitter integration, or just because they are participating in multiple social sites, they're spreading that information more, and it's resulting in a lot of links. So during the session, I talked about one example we had done that was purely for StumbleUpon, and in a week it sent 200,000 visits, and we have 845 links pointing to the site right now, and some of them were from like Gawker and a couple other really good sites, like a couple PR8s and a lot of PR6 links pointing back naturally to the site. So it's really an exciting time with StumbleUpon, and so we talked about that, and then talked about how you can use some of the tips to participating in StumbleUpon.
So where do you see StumbleUpon going in the future? Do you see it still holding strong?
I really do. I think that a lot of the efforts they've done are going to continue to expand the site. I mean, recently they reacquired the site, so they got it back from eBay. They really have made a lot of effort to listen to their user base, to catch up, and I think that that's only going to continue to go forward. Some of the programs that they have, like their partnership program, is going to continue to expand. And basically, the partnership program is putting their technology on your site. So if you have a big enough site, I think I don't know if this is public information or not, but whatever. You have to have 3,000 indexed pages within StumbleUpon, and that gets you kind of your requirement to get into the program. But what ends up happening is they put the technology on your site, and people can actually come to your site and stumble through your own site, and they don't end up going back to StumbleUpon at all. So it puts the content in StumbleUpon even more, and it helps the publisher. So they've got a lot of little programs like this, and a lot of updates and a lot of features coming out that are just continuing to make it easier for users to participate. And they're not shying, they're still jumping up in user base. So I think they'll continue to run strong, especially if, with what they're doing now, catching the attention of people like me and some of the other people who will talk more about it. I think that it will definitely continue to grow.
So if you're not using StumbleUpon, definitely use it, right?
Absolutely. I think so.
All right. Brent Csutoras, thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you.
This is Abby Johnson with Web Pro News, covering SMX Advanced in Seattle.